Hello everybody, welcome back to our coding a game engine from scratch stream. We'll jump right into the code in a little bit. Let me just set up a couple more things. Now the stream is live. I think it's just this button, right? Yeah, okay, and then we do that, and then we do that, and then boop, and that should work. That works perfectly fine. Okay, so before we jump into the code, I gotta there's only like 1 or 2 points to talk about before. So first of all, it's the same point as always. How has your day been? Mine has been pretty good. Let's put it this way. I'm gonna be drinking a lot this stream. It's water, don't worry. It's just water. But it has been extremely hot in my country over the last week. So I'm sweating like crazy. Damn, the weather. I mean, last week I was sitting here with like a jacket on, with a blanket around my legs that you couldn't see because I strategically placed the webcam. But yeah, I was sitting here just almost cold even, and now I'm just sweating insanely much. So it's so warm in here, and then especially with the monitor and the PC going, it's not helping at all. So yeah, complete 180 turn in weather. I mean, 2 weeks ago it was hailing, and now it's like 30 degrees outside. It's insane. So yeah, I mean, the weather has been great though. It's been nice to go outside and not have to worry about rain. Anyway, all that being said, I don't think I have any more points to talk about, so we can just jump right into the code, right where we left off, which is this button. Great. Okay, so as we left off last time, we made a triangle. Well, technically speaking, we made a triangle like 2 months ago almost, but still got a triangle. And today, I think we'll continue on improving our code base. I've written some stuff down. And yeah, maybe by the end, we might be able to finally draw a second triangle. I doubt it. But these... I mean, I keep saying this every week, but all the changes we're doing are changes for the better. It might not look like it, because we're actually not changing anything in our output, in our view, but the changes are... they're structure changes. They're gonna be changes, like we're gonna make a very good base fundamental, just a very good structured base, and that way when we build our engine and we continue developing our engine, we hopefully don't have to change too much or refactor too much in the base layers, which means that we can continue more rapidly after the fundamentals are done, basically. And speaking of those fundamentals, we're still working on the window, I think. That's the first thing we're gonna worry about. So last week we worried about the main loop, and that looks nice and clean now, but we still have this application class, and inside this application class we still have a reference to a window, and then this window is specifically a window for... wait, no, hold on. This is not what I wanted to look at. I think it's in the initialize, maybe. I need to put this shortcut on my thing. Okay, so initialize. Yeah, we still have a hard-coded DirectX 12 window. First of all, I want to change that to a Win32 window, because DirectX 12 has nothing to do with the window itself. It's all basically Windows code. So we need to hide that away behind Windows instead of DirectX 12. And that's also why I want to move this from the render API probably to Engine Core. I don't know if that's the best move, but it makes the most sense to me to keep render API specifically for DirectX 12. Even though, again, DirectX 12 and Windows are closely knit together. Like, you can't use DirectX 12 without Windows, I think. But yeah, so we're gonna focus on that, and I want to obfuscate the whole Windows thing. So when we make an application, you actually don't know which platform you're building on inside here. We don't need to worry about it, right? So you just make a window here. It's just gonna be hopefully a create window function like this. And then that one will only be implemented for whatever platform we need. So we'll just make a function like that for every platform. I think that's the best way to go about it. I mean, I've seen some different approaches. I know the engine well, basically, I've made an engine before that does it differently, but I think that this approach is better. Because we could do it also by just defining, well, having hard code defines in code, which is not what I want. So basically, we're going to do the same as the render API has. So if you're going to take a look at this render API class, it's not abstracted completely yet at the moment, but there's only one. And it doesn't have any inheritance. It should actually be marked as final. So it doesn't inherit. Nobody can inherit from this. It's not an interface. But if you look at all the other stuff, like the window, this can be an interface. So then we have a DirectX 12 window. We're going to change that, but that's basically how we're going to do it, right? So there's only one render API, and this one will be implemented specifically in the CPP file for DirectX 12. So what we're going to do is we're going to make one header file with a bunch of create window functions, and then we're only going to specify the implementation in a window specific file, and only include that window specific file, and we're going to magically hide it all away in CMake, so we don't have to worry about it here. But then if we want the project to work for Mac or Linux, we just need to create that one single file, which will do everything else. I think that's the best way forward. So first things first, what do we need to do? Well, we got our window, this is all fine, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it to Engine Core. Right, so first things first, let's find Engine Core. Okay, let's pin this for now because we're gonna need it a lot. And then render API as well, we're gonna need that as well. So pin, where's the pin? I need to open it first. Oh, it's already pinned. Okay, great. So I got that one. Environment, not sure. Homebrew. Window. Oh, the windows are also already. There's so much pinned. I don't think I need that much. Anyway, we got all of this. Render API. So we're gonna move that. Wait, we're gonna start with set sources. This is so wrong. Do we even use include tiers? We don't. That's weird. So yeah, that's useless. I'm confused. How do we get the link? The additional... what? Huh? I've already confused myself. We need to add a library, yeah. So where's the helper functions? Do we still have the helper functions open? Apparently not. Maybe. Help. Okay. So do that and then direct include correctory and then okay. So maybe that works because we do DirectX 12/. I'm not sure. Let's see in the main file, initialize this one. How do I include it? Oh yeah, DirectX 12. Okay, this is fine. That's fine. If you want to learn C++, what's a good starting point? Well, the man. How would I go about it? I would say C++ is actually not a great first language to learn because it's really complicated, but you can do a lot with it. Well, let's see. If you actually do want to learn it, the best way to go about it, it depends on what you want to do eventually, but if you want to like go into game development, the best way to start is just by trying to make a game. Follow a tutorial online on how to make a game with a game engine. But if you'll need to have some basic understanding of how a programming language works to do that. If you don't have any experience yet, best way I think to go about it is, is the website. Wait, hold on, let me just Google something really quick because there was Code Academy. Yeah, there was a website previously that I learned C++ on, but I'm not 100% sure if it's still good. Okay, they still have C++. What's the free version? Okay, that's actually pretty good. Yeah. So there is this website called Code Academy. Let's just do that. Hold on, I can probably send links. And that will teach you like the complete basics of it, of programming C++. And from there, if you got the basics down, it's basically just what else do you want to do with it? If you want to go into game development, just Google some stuff about game development. Try to make like a small game. I mean, reading books is always a good way as well. Got a bunch of books over there. But I learned by just programming, by doing it. There's not much more about it, actually. That's how I learned. I had the luxury of going to school for it, but I did know a certain level of C++ before I went to school for it already. Like the absolute basics I already had down. I knew what a variable was, I knew what a for loop was, I knew how to make a class. So I already had all the basics down, basically. Hope that answers it a little bit. It's always hard to say with a programming language what's the best way to start. Okay, so I was gonna move these files. So yoink, these, put them in here. Okay, we'll start with that. It's gonna be more than complicated enough. And then set, no, F. And HP platform Windows. Don't know what the define for it was. I think I have this one still open, right? It's an environment, right? And now we made another. Oh my god. I made this more complicated. I had to. Okay, this. So this one. We need that one. If that one is done, then put an end if already there. And then we're also gonna add to the sources. So we're gonna copy this, put that in here, but we only need the window, and we're gonna rename it to win. Oh, I could do this a bit differently. Let's do it like that. Win32. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Pressing the wrong buttons again. This one, that's the button. Win32. Okay, that was apparently longer actually. Okay, so we got window 32 in here, so that should add those files. Now we need to move them on disk as well. And I didn't open a folder. Ah, bad Mear. Okay, homebrew, there we go. So they are in engine, they are in render API, so we're gonna move these two first. So let's yoink those. And then we still need to go in engine core, put those in there. And then the other two are in here, so we're gonna yoink these two as well. Did the same mistake again. We're gonna make a new folder, Win32, and put those in there. And then we're gonna rename them to Win32 underscore. And same here, Win32. Damn, it's warm in here. Whew, okay. And now if we rebuild, let's just rebuild zero check. That should give us all the files. Oh, apparently not. What am I missing? No sources given for target render API. Ah! There's no other sources in that library? There is! Set sources to sources if the render is that. Cannot find DirectX 12 window. Oh, they're still in here. Oops. Don't need those. Okay. Rebuild. Okay. All the files should be moved. So in Engine Core we now have a window, which is in just HP window. So that should be fine, right? Base application is also in HP. Yeah, okay. So this should be also, there we go. That's that file fixed. And we got the Win32. This is gonna be a bit trickier to do because it's not HP render, but it's HP.
We're gonna do Win32 window. Like so. And then copy this. Paste that, paste that. This is all fine. Go to the implementation. Go there. And then we don't need the render function. Okay. Oh, I also find a better way to do that. You can fix that in a second as well. There we go. Fix that one with this. Then, oh my god, there's so much to fix here. There should have been a better way of doing this. Okay, that's all fixed. We actually don't need the render API call, I think. We fixed that last time as well. Don't really know why we need that one. Okay. That's all fixed. This is all done. We include window.h twice? No. That's all done and dusted. Main. We will need to fix this one, because this will have pointer to that, but it should be Win32 now. There we go. And then it should just be a Win32 window. And then we just need to point that into not render API. Oh no, render API, but not HP render window, which is the HP window. There we go. I'm speeding through all these changes because it's basically just moving files. But with that, we need to move namespaces and all of those things. But eventually, we just end up with the same code. And that's called refactoring. Okay. So I did see an improvement that I wanted to make in a second. But let's first see if it's still built and we still get our triangle. Apparently not. Render API needs window. That's interesting. Why would it need window? I guess for the window handle? Probably. Oh, okay. So it needs just an HB window. We don't include window here, I guess, right? No, this is a pointer, so it doesn't matter. We could just pre-declare it. So let's remove that one and then just do a namespace HB here. Space HB that, and then class window. There we go. All the issues in here fixed, and then I'm guessing the DirectX 12 render API might have issues now. I don't think so. Let's remove this for now. Oh, we do cast it to a DirectX 12 window, and why? Do we remember? To get the handle, I think that's the issue. Interesting. That's annoying. I'm guessing we do include it here, but we can't. Hold on. Did I make a mistake by moving it? I might have. Okay. And why do we need the handle again? Because we make swap chain for window. Okay. Interesting. So it needs to be a Win32 window. We can already fix that. It's gonna be an HP Win32 window. Like so. But I don't want to include it. I think. So instead, this is an initialize function, right? Do we need the window in any other place? Oh, width and height, I guess. That's annoying. It's just a normal window. So can we get away with just call? No, we need to do this, and then that's annoying that we need to cast it. Interesting.
I don't want to include that file. Because render API and engine core should be independent of each other. Well, actually, engine core should use render API. Interestingly enough, I think we need to revert all the changes we did. As I can't get away with this dependency. Huh. Let me think for a second here. Because we need this window handle. This window handle is only available for Windows Win32 specific code. So that means that we will have a hard dependency on Windows anyway for that X12. But then, does it make sense to just put the window in render API? Probably. Probably. Yes. I guess so. We still can put like the create helpers in engine core, which I think makes more sense. Although, no, it doesn't. Okay, so we can keep everything in render API, I guess. I wanted it to keep it separate. That's the annoying issue. Okay. Technically, we could get the... No, we don't need it. We need the type. That's the issue. We can't have a circular dependency. So basically, what the issue is here is we have two projects. We have engine core and we have render API. And I want them to be separate. And I want the window to be an engine core because it's more like an engine feature than technically a render API feature. Because it's not only going to handle drawing, it's also going to handle like input and resizing and all of other calls that are window specific. Whereas render API is purely rendering. So I want them to be separate and I want the window to be an engine core. But the issue here is we need... The render API specifically needs to know about this type because it needs to call a function on it that is only available on this specific type because it has window specific things. So the only way we can do that is by having a dependency from engine core to render API. But then engine core will use render API in basic application to render things to the screen. So we have a circular dependency. And we can't do that. We cannot have that. So the only way I can see solving that is by moving either the Win32 stuff to a separate module, separate project, which I think it's too complicated. So at the moment, I think we can just keep it in render API. I think. Or we make a platform API thing, which is also an option, but I don't like that at all. So I think we're just gonna keep it in... No, wait, hold on. I thought if we make a platform base... No, we'll just have that one class, I think. Okay, so if I have problems like this, I always want to lean back on like the simple thing. If you don't need it, don't implement it. We don't need a separate module. We don't need to implement it. It's only for one file. It's not worth it. Let's just keep that one file in render API. So luckily, because I'm using Git, we can just check all the changes and say the wanted application. What did we change there? Okay, so we changed that, we need to revert that. We changed this as well, we need to revert that. Any more changes in here? I don't see any. Let's just revert. Is that rollback? I think that's rollback. Rollback. Okay. So all the changes in all of these files
we're just gonna revert. Except ones, I think. Okay, so these as well. We're just gonna revert all of those. But then I think main file... No, the main file can stay. So we're just gonna revert all of those. Roll back. Cancel. No, not that. I selected all of those. Roll back. Everything except this. Okay, this is so complicated. Why does it not just... Okay, anyway. Unversioned files, we're also gonna roll back. Oh, unversioned files is just me fixing it on disk, I guess. Because apparently... okay, this one. I was confused for a second. Engine core, we don't need this. I don't know actually if it put them back in here. Okay, it did. So then we just delete these and delete these. There we go. And if we do zero check again, rebuild it, right click, rebuild, no, maybe? Oh yeah, let's just build all. It's stuck. I don't know where it's stuck, but it's stuck. I did something I shouldn't have, apparently. I don't know where it's stuck. Let's cancel the build. Okay, no, let's just close the window. I'm sorry about this. It crashed. It's crashed. That's not a great start. Open it again. There we go. We're back in business now. I hope. We might need to build it manually. Okay, so solution. What do I have? I have all the projects. I have all the things that are broken. I need to right click here. Advanced. Rebuild. This should work. Okay. Render API has the things again, has all the files. Engine core doesn't have the files anymore. Perfect. Let's build the whole solution. Ah, boy. Okay, so then it does make sense to keep it a DirectX 12 window, even though it's technically a Windows window. Right? Yeah, that's still weird, but oh well. But we did see some things that we can clean up. At least. So we're gonna open those files and clean some stuff up. So in window here, this is perfectly fine. Do we do something in here? No. Okay, so in you, I saw some things that we didn't need. I don't think we need render API in here, right? Because this is not dependent on render API. Do we need a window? I guess so. Yeah, okay, that's all that we need in here, I think. Okay, and then render API, I saw some things in here as well. We don't need the window in here either. So we can do that, and then we can put the namespace back, because that was correct. But we can just do it in here, and then do a class window. That will work. And then this one will implement it. It's an empty one, that's fine. And this is the whole render API. Okay, so build, and let's see if it still runs. Okay, so let's debug the application. Got my triangle, still there. Whew. Okay, we accomplished nothing. I did see something we can fix though, because in this thing, do I want to rename it? I might want to rename it to Win32 window though. Because it's not dependent on DirectX 12 at all. So let's do that. Let's just do a find on this in the whole solution. And can we do a replace in here? How does this work? Open and find window. Find. Let's rerun. Huh. Okay, yeah, sure, but can I do a find and replace? Is there no find and replace? What about rename? Okay, there's a rename. Win32 window. That makes more sense. Also the name files to reflect this change. Yes. Next. Okay, so this is all renamed. This is also all renamed. The CMake list, it didn't do. So we need to do this one manually. Oh yeah, this is also useless. We don't need that. There we go. And then technically we need this to be separate. So let's do that. And then do an if HP platform Windows and if. Okay, there. Come on, that's better. Set sources to sources. This. Boop. And then actually let's move the files in a separate folder for Win32. Right there. So we are gonna move them. But just in the same module. Okay, that Homebrew engine render API this time, and then we're gonna make a new folder, Win32, and then we're gonna move these. Join these, put them in here. There we go. This is all done. This is all done, and then we are just gonna compile, and it will fail, but then we'll know which includes to change. Okay, that was that one. So let's compile now, and I think it will say like, hey, this DirectX 12 thing, can't find it. We're gonna do win32/window, and then it should find that one. Actually, do I need it in? Okay, I need it in this file, and that's it, I think. That's our dependency solved, although I'm not happy that the dependency is there. Do we need that? We kind of do. We do need this at the moment, but we'll fix that in a second. Boop. Okay. Done. Okay. Good. Nice. Fixed. And then this will change to a create function eventually. But there was something else I wanted to fix, which was in the Win32 window now, which apparently doesn't exist. This one. Yes, so in here, what I did before was if message create, then do this thing. We can just yoink this and put it in there. This in here and then do that. Yoink in here. Equals that. Okay. I don't care that it goes over scope. I really don't. And then I'm not gonna do all of that. Window is that. Creator cost this. Yes, so we're not gonna do that at all. We are gonna copy this though. Just this whole block actually. Let's yoink that. Clean. Oh, I didn't do that at all. Yoink that. Clean this up. So basically what this does is it gives us a back reference to our window class. And I was doing that by specifying it here, but this is null now. We don't need this anymore because we can just specify it here. Right, we have the window handle. So we can just say here, set window pointer of the window handle, which we got here to this. Done. Easy. And now we're just not gonna care about the results, because who cares? Oh, we can do a static assert, a runtime assert, which we implemented last week, I think, as well. So, and then after this, oh, we do maybe unused result. Maybe unused, which specifies that it might not be used. Bool res equals. Is that a bool? Oh, no, that was correct. It's not a bool apparently, it's just a pointer. There we go. And then we're gonna do an HB assert. We want the rest. Do we not know? There we go. Otherwise, we will do get lost error. I forgot what we need to put in there. Ah, no, we can just say that it failed. Yeah, let's just say setting back reference. Hey, back reference to the window failed. Okay, that's all fine. Okay, that's done. And then this is way simpler now. We just process message, and the message just only quit message at the moment, which is great. It's perfectly fine. Good. Done. Fine. That's way better. So it should still compile. It doesn't, because I messed something up apparently. Is there a bracket too much? There was a bracket too much. Completes. We run, and we should still see a triangle at this point. Oh, we got a debug break, which means setting a back reference failed. Oh, it is a no pointer. Aha. Why did it fail? And this is interesting now, because we need a result. And we can do that by saying with. Oh, we don't have. I don't think we can have messages yet. No. Okay. We can actually expand that if we want. But let's just do auto error code equals get lost error. Okay, and then just compile that. I hope it doesn't say, oh, it does. So let's just do a maybe unused. There. Oh, messing up. Okay, let's debug build this. It should fail here, but that's debug breakpoint. So then we can go through it. We can get the error code. The error code is 0. What do you mean? Oh, we want this equal to null. No, we don't want it equal to null. Okay, documentation time. Set this one. What does it return? Return value. If the function C, the return is the previous value of the specified offset. If the value failed, the return value is 0.
Okay. Okay, so we're not doing it wrong. This does need to be not equal to 0, but we need to clear the last error first. So clear last error. Or what is it? Set last error to 0. And then if there's this equals null and get last error, then we say that the back reference failed. This. And if we do that now, it should succeed and we should still see a triangle. Oh, we still get there. What? Why? Oh, it shouldn't be null or what's or get last error equals null equals 0. There we go. That's the correct condition. Hey, yeah, there we go. Triangle. We still got it. Whew, that was a complicated one to fix. Okay, so let me explain this. Set Windows long pointer will just specify at this location we put some of your data. It's perfectly fine, and I pass it the window pointer. Good. If this function will always return the previous value of that pointer. So since there's nothing in there yet, it will return 0. If it returns 0, which is this, if it's null, then we still need to check if the last error equals 0. If both of their conditions are true, if either one of those conditions is true, then we know that our window succeeded to map the back reference. And we can use it, which we saw, which worked. So we got a triangle on the screen now, which is great. Damn, that was so much code. Do we actually do anything from our list today yet? No, we can't move it. Okay, so let's get rid of that. So we did that. Obfuscate the create window function. That's something we can do. So yeah, this is all correct now. We got this fixed. Yeah, I think that's all fine. We got an assert in here as well. Okay, a little bit of a sidetrack, but I want to make asserts work with formatted data. So in this one, this is a message, but we're gonna do not message, but arguments. How do we do arguments again? Is it like this? And now we do farx, and now we're gonna do std format of this, right? And then that's gonna constr it. That's fine. Should that work now? I think that should work now. I think that it's that simple. Apparently it's not that simple. Oh, we need to include format. That makes sense. So wherever this was, include it. Either make this templated, which is stupid, or we include format here. I think we can just include format here. There we go. It looks like it's unused, but it is definitely used. And then inside whatever file we were, this one. Okay. So the backslash is not holding now. Why? What does it expand to? std format. That's correct, right? Oh, wait. I'm missing a bracket. There should still be... No, wait. That's correct. Assert. No, it's this. That shouldn't be there. There we go. And then... Boom. Done.
And then I can do failed with error code right there. Oops. And then we can pause in get a last error there. Right, and if we make it fail on on purpose now, so let's say equals 0, and we build it, we should see, hopefully, okay, never mind. No appropriate default constructor available, which is great, so we need to cast it ourselves, which I guess is fine. How does format work? Let's look it up. Standard format. Does it have... Okay, parameters, example, return value. Yeah, that's all fine. Oh, it's just a function. What does it return? A string object, okay. So we can do format or just this. Dot get data. I think it is. And then let's try and build that. Okay, that builds. And it runs. And it doesn't fail. Okay, so that got me a bit worried, because that means if the rest is no, which is true. No, okay, so let's do that. If it's not null, or to get error equals not 0, again, that should fail. I'm getting my conditions all wrong today. I'll blame it on the heat. Sending a background error code 0. See, it filled it in. Perfect. Okay, that's all I wanted to know. Let's fix the error now by doing this. Boom, done. Okay, fixed. Great. Okay. So now let's get rid of this this one. That's the next one I want to get rid of, because that means we're gonna have to include Win32 in here, which we don't want to do. This is platform independent. Right, so we still have Win32 stuff in here anyway, because we still have this. So we need to get rid of this as well. Oh, and my beautiful temporary bottleneck here. Yeah, of course. So that's where we're gonna focus now. We're gonna make this application file platform independent. Oh, so warm. Ah, nice. I printed in here. I forgot about that. Okay, first thing, this whole message loop. How are we gonna get rid of this? We're gonna do... Can we just call window call events? Maybe. So we need to do handle events, which that will be on the window. Dot handle events. So let's make that right now. The handle events function, what that will do is it will take all of this. So let's join that. Get rid of that, all of that. Okay, and then inside our window, in our base window, we're gonna make an interface which is called handle events. Great. And then it will be a bool returning. There we go. And then inside our Win32, we need to make a handle event, but it's a bool override. There we go. And then we're gonna do bool handle events. Please tell me it has it. Yes, there we go. And we're gonna put all of that in there. Return false. Otherwise, we're gonna return true. So we're gonna return if the message does not equal that. That's a lot simpler. There we go. So let's loop through this code. So what we're gonna do here is handle events. So all the events we get from our operating system, we're gonna handle in this function. How that works is we have a peak message function. If there is any event waiting for us to be handled, that event will return true. It will get inside the while loop, and we're gonna continue handling the events here. Internally, because we're on Windows, that will call the Windows procedure, and we specify that as this function over here. So it will first process the messages locally, and then it will run them through Windows procedure. After that, if you know that the message is quit, we will stop. If it's not quit, we will continue. So actually, let's just do that and say inside the node here that this will, let's do it this way. No, let's do it in our actual function. Well, in our interface function. Let's just say here returns true if the quit event and has happened, which means we need to quit. Okay, how we're gonna make that clear? Well, inside our application, inside this one, we're gonna say bool should quit. No, I'm gonna say bool should run. Keep running equals true. No, if should quit, we're gonna do it inverse, because why not? We should never quit, but we will update should quit in here with this. And if we should quit, technically we don't need to render it, but I think it's fine for now at least. So we're gonna do that. Done. Bosh. Great. I think we do have render API in here, which I still want to get rid of. We can make that pointer actually as well. That's fine for now. Okay. Great. That should still work. We removed that one dependency already. Our update loop is looking splendidly simple. We will work with this in a second. I have a solution for that as well. Don't worry, we have a temporary bottleneck here, but actually we don't want to limit it eventually, but because there's nothing to do at the minute, our game will run so fast, so we're gonna just bottleneck it for a bit. But yeah, that's a issue we're in a second. I do want to get rid of both of these, actually. This one is not that bad, but it does currently it's bad because it includes DirectX 12, but we're not gonna worry about that too much for the moment, right? Eventually this will not have that. Base application is empty, which is also weird. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. Basically, I actually want the run to be consistent, and then the shutdown and the initialize to be overloaded. So maybe we'll move this to base app in a second. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So we got all of that. Now this thing. How are we gonna fix that? Well, inside, I think Engine Core makes most sense. We're gonna make a bunch of function calls
that should be specified per configuration, I think, maybe. Actually, it doesn't make sense to do it that way. How to do it? I'm thinking about this. I've thought a lot about this already and I keep changing my mind. So basically the issue here is we have a dependency here. I want this dependency to be just gone and not have a Win file in Windows 32 file in here. I just basically want to create like a core functions or something, or creation help or some app creation help or something like that, application help or something like that. The issue with that is, why is handle events already defined? What do you mean already defined? Oh, poop, I should build things to see that they work. Oh, it's starting to get long to compile. 6 seconds? Ooh. Oh. Did it just shut down immediately? Uh-oh. That means bad. Return message equals quit. If that is the case, then we return true. So, application should quit equals handle events. Huh. Breakpoint time. We don't get into the breakpoint. What? While not. This is why I test things, people. Oh, the mistake like this, having the inverse of a condition happens so much. But yeah, we still have a triangle. Great. Let's keep this on the screen while we decide what to do next. Because basically, I can't keep this on the screen and keep scrolling now, right? Okay, so basically, I want to get rid of this one line above. This one. Yeah, see, it's gone. It's gonna be complicated. So I want to replace this with like a create function. Create window. Function here, which apparently already exists. So we're gonna do it in our namespace. That should work, right? And then we're gonna do yoink this, all of this, like that. But we need to specify this function somewhere. I know it doesn't exist yet. We need to specify this somewhere that it makes sense. And it would make sense in Engine Core. And we're gonna make... No, it doesn't make sense to put it in Engine Core. Does it make sense to put it in Engine Core? Yes, maybe. Kind of. Maybe. Maybe. So basically, what we want to do here is say, I want to create a window, platform independent, and based on the implementation, based on the platform we're on, it will make it. So we need a file that is only there on a specific platform that will do all of it. The issue with that, I think, is Engine Core a good place to put it, or do we just put it in? Yeah, Engine Core. Okay, we're gonna put it in Engine Core. This might not be the best way to go about it, but no, not gonna worry about it. So, how are we gonna do this? Well, we're gonna open our folder, which I've closed again. Typical. I'll make that mistake so many times. Okay, inside Engine Core, we're gonna already start with making 2 folders. One for Win32 and one for DirectX 12. Then we're gonna make a new file, which is called... Do we do it this way? Yes. Create helpers.
create application helpers.h, which will contain all the declarations of all the functions we have. Now we're going to copy this file, put it in here, and it's going to be directx 12. Oops, directx 12 underscore creation helpers dot cpp. Right? Yes, I'm going to change it. Copy this. Inside Win32, we're going to do the same, but for Win32. Now you might see where this is going. Okay, that's all I need to do here. I closed the file again. Anyway, inside the CMake for base application, only thing we're going to put in here is the create application helper.h. And then we're going to do if hp platform Windows, and if and then we're gonna say, do I still have one open? Render API, yes. This, copy that. Where is engine core? Yeah, this one. And we're gonna also link with render API. There we go. So we're gonna set sources to DirectX 12, and then we're gonna do this like so. That's actually the wrong one. I need the Win32 one. And then we're gonna do the same thing again for DirectX 12. Damn, that took long. 12. And then DirectX 12 here again. Oh my god, I keep pressing the num keys and I have shift pressed, so it doesn't work. Okay, so we got all that. And actually, I want to get rid of this and do make a helper for this, because we're gonna have this pattern a lot where we say like if platform, right? So I might want to make a helper for that next. But first, let's see if it works. So we're gonna compile. It doesn't. Great. It can't find a file probably. Can't find file, create application helper. I think it's helpers, right? Let's try that again. With the correct spelling this time. Nope, apparently not. How did I call it? Wait, can I find? Yeah. Can't find the Win32 one now. Okay, so this time remember, don't close it. Keep it. Oh, it's CPP. I didn't change it to CPP, did I? CPP. And then CPP. This time it should work. Yes. No. Yes, yes, yes. This is all fine. This is compilation errors that I'm gonna fix. Actually, we can fix it now, right? So the window, we're gonna do namespace, HP, just homebrew namespace. And then inside here, oh, you need the pragma once. Don't forget about the pragma once. Ah, what? Oh my god, what is happening? Okay, so pragma once. And then we're gonna do void create window. And what do we need for a window? I don't remember. So let's just yoink this, because we're gonna just do a straight pass through. That's all we're gonna do, but it's gonna work like that. And then inside the DirectX, no, the Win32 one. Huh? Where's the DirectX 12 one? Oh well. We're gonna do an include of that create helper. Oh my god, that's not working, is it? And then we're gonna do void create window HP create window, and then we're gonna say, oh, we need to return something, which will be a window pointer. So window pointer, HP window pointer, which we'll put in a namespace HP class window. There we go, that's all done. And here, same, we're gonna do HP window, create window, but we're gonna create a Win32 window. Return new Win HP Win32 window. And then we're gonna just pass in the window title. Why is this not working? Oh, that's all correct. Width and height. What are you all complaining about? Huh. It's in a namespace. What are you complaining about? Create helpers window. This is not in a namespace. And then instead of this, we're gonna do include creation helpers. Then it does HP create window. And then we should just be able to build and it will magically work, because I don't know why it wouldn't work. Oh, it's a macro. Oh God, I hate Windows. Hello, welcome to the stream. I'm trying to make a game engine here, and I'm running into, well, I'm just running into macro issues, because of course there is. Because this is a macro that's created by fucking Windows. So I can't make it create window, because that's defined already. It's just stupid. So how do we call it? Why is this defined? Can we get rid of those? Win32 defines for create macro. Win32 disable macros. Okay. I have lean and mean, but it still has all of the... Let's do Win32 this macro. Let's see what that gives us. I don't want that macro, but I don't have the question. Yes, making a game engine is hard. I'm already growing some gray hairs as well. The issue here is that Windows is being annoying. So basically Windows has a bunch of these defines that will, depending on which Unicode you have, say get the correct function for you. I know because I'm compiling, I basically don't need them, because I know the Unicode I'm compiling for, and since it's only a me project, I don't care about it. But that would mean I can't use create window for some reason, which is stupid, because what if I just want to call a function create window? It is because it's getting pulled in, from here. But I have to find it with lean and mean. Which is annoying. I can pimple it away technically, and that would work, but I don't want to do that either. Oh boy. So, how do we get around it? We can just rename the function. Or we can undefine the macro. Technically, undefining the macro would be nice, but for now, let's just say create render window, and that will work. Or create application window, and that would be the easiest. That would be the easy cop out, basically. But I don't want to worry about it too much, so we can just say this. And then why does this not work? Because this is a unique. Is it a unique pointer? No, it's just a pointer. Okay. So why are you complaining now? It returns an HP render window. That was the issue. It should be HP render window. Boop, render. There we go. That makes sense. Window to show doesn't work now. Type is incomplete. Oh. Yeah, we also need to still include. Thought it was included in. Oh no, I predefined it. Yeah, so it's just window. There we go. That's that fixed. Boom, done. And now we don't have any issues with having any code window specific in our application class. I think this is still not. Yeah, we still have render API, which I guess still has it, but don't. Nobody talk about that. That's an issue for another time. Okay. So I think we can get rid of one of our. Yeah, create running function done. Okay, unique pointer time. I think. Oh, we still need to build it and see if it works first. Yeah, see, okay, there we go. Get char width? What the hell? Width. Height. Yes. And then we don't need that other bracket. I don't know why that is there. Oh boy, that makes more sense. Okay, seems to build, seems to compile. 3 seconds, I'll take it. And we still have our same triangle. It's still triangle. I had this stream too. I had this triangle. We're still there. But the framework is getting there. The architecture of the engine is getting there. We're almost done obfuscating everything. I think the big one is still render API. But before we do that, I do want to make a unique pointer. We could use the standard library one, but I don't want to, because why would I? I'm not sure if mine is actually more correct. So basically, a unique pointer, the only thing we need to do is just. There's basically nothing special to do. I actually already made a unique pointer for the DirectX 12 one, right? So if you take a look at that one, we made a unique pointer here. So basically we just take a pointer in here. It's not what we're gonna do now though. We're gonna make a constructor for it. And I'm not 100% sure how to do it correctly. Why are you complaining? Yeah, I know it's dangerous, but it's correct. Yes, I'm using DirectX 12. Because I wanted to make myself hard. Although I could have chosen Vulkan, which was even worse. But yeah, DirectX 12. There's no training wheels here, no OpenGL, no SDL. Just plain Win32 and DirectX 12. Okay, so unique pointer time, probably. I kind of know how to do it. Let's actually get the standard unique pointer in here. Because I think this has maybe like an implementation already. I'm not sure. So has this deleter must be a function of a callable type deleter pointer. Boy, okay, this is more complicated than I thought it was gonna be. And what is the deleter normally? It's a default delete, and I'm guessing this is just calling the destructor. Probably. Default delete of an int. Uses default delete of int. Yeah, and default delete of int. Okay. So why do you need the deleter then? Only non-cons unique pointers can reference ownership. Yeah, that's the point. Release replaces swap managed objects get deleter. We can do this as well. That's actually fun. Make unique. That's an important one. We can do these as well. Swap, I don't care. Hash, I don't care as well. So I want to see if they pass one with a deleter, because I want to see what the deleter is technically used for. New node, no, it's also normal. Make unique. It's a unique pointer of file with the decal type of close file, which is weird. Oh, so it calls close file if... Oh, that's interesting, because then we can use that for... Yes, okay, I see. So basically we can override the deleter to not call delete, but something else. Which makes sense. And our default deleter will just call delete, which is fine. I'm not sure if you want to do it this way. Although, this whole unique pointer seems pretty good already. But I want to make my own. I'm not using C-Line. It is JetBrains still, but it's Rider. But Visual Studio is also pretty good. Actually prefer it more, but I wanted to try out Rider for this project, and it's pretty good as well. Debugging it lags a little bit in comparisons to Visual Studio, but that makes sense. But yeah, unique pointer time. So, how are we gonna do it? Basically, the simplest way to make unique pointers, basically how I already did it here, right? We get the object, it stores it, that's it. But this is a bad way of implementing it technically. Because what this does is it's specifically for DirectX 12. If you have a pointer, we release the pointer. It's not what I want to do. So, how are we gonna fix it? I am not sure. We are already gonna make the class for it though. So inside corelib, we're gonna make 2 new files. Yes, 2 new files. So engine core, corelib, gonna make 2 new files. Actually, let's just copy these and rename them because I'm lazy. And we're gonna make a unique pointer. .h. Yes, I know I'm changing the extension. Don't worry about it. Unique pointer .inline. Since it's all going to be templated, I don't have a CPP file, but I make an inline file
to separate the actual API, which will be in the header file, from the implementation, which will be in the inline file, which is a nice little thing to do. And then inside here, we're gonna do unique pointer.h, and then we're gonna do unique pointer.inline. We're gonna rebuild that project. No, wait, rebuild the project. Okay, and then inside our core lib, we should have a unique pointer and a unique pointer. Okay, so this is gonna be pragma once. Remove all the rest. Inline. We're gonna just do a pragma once as well. And then this is not technically needed because we're gonna have a circuit dependency now, but we're gonna do an include on unique pointer.inline, which is technically bad, but it's fine. It's pragma once. But this will just make it a lot easier to make the file. So inside our namespace of our engine, which is HB standing for homebrew, we're gonna make a class which is called unique pointer. I forgot how to type there for a second. There we go. What can we not do? We cannot copy it. So we're gonna first of all delete the copy, and we're gonna have a default move. Technically, I don't think that's correct. Although, no, that's perfectly fine, right? Yeah, that's perfectly fine. We're gonna have a default move. And then inside our unique pointer, we're gonna have to make a templated, oh my god, templated call, just the args, type name. Forgot how to do templates for a second, args, which will be this. And then we're gonna do this, and that would mean that we're gonna have the args here, args, and those will construct it. And then on the destructor, technically we can also do it's also a template class, by the way. Type name T, and then we're already gonna set a private T, which will be our im pointer. There we go. It should be all public, by the way. I always forget that one. All fine, right? Do I want to try the deleter? Maybe in a second. Okay, so let's put that on our this one. Let's try and also do a replace DirectX 12 unique pointer with new one. And then we'll see if we can specify a function for it. Alright, so we got this, right? We got that. Also unique pointer final. Nobody can change this. We need a destructor. Definitely need one. So we're gonna make a unique pointer destructor. There we go. We still need to implement those. And then we're gonna have to use a lot of variables, member functions to make it work. And then outside of that class, we will also need a create unique pointer function, which will also be templated like so. I think type name T and T args, which will take a lot of the args, and that will in place create everything, which will return a HB unique pointer of type T, capital T. Okay, I think that's the basics. Then we're also gonna have to put the operators in here to dereference things, but we'll work on those once we actually need them. So, unique pointer, how are we gonna implement that? Well, first of all, let's implement the constructor, which is this one. What is this gonna do? Well, it's gonna just create basically this. It's gonna be so simple. We just pass everything that's in there and we pass it along to our type. So we're gonna say mPointer equals a new t std forward of the args dot. No, this is like that, I think. Args like that. I think it's like that. Forward is not included though, so we need to include that, which includes in, is it memory? I'm not sure if it's memory. Let's look it up. Forward. Don't remember if it's in memory. It's in utility. See? And it's good to look those things up because we don't want to include too much. So that's that. And then inside. We also need a default constructor. If I have a default constructor, so just nothing, then we're just gonna put that underneath here. HP that unique pointer D with the unique pointer. We're just gonna put nothing in there. So we're gonna just put pointer to no pointer. There we go. That's that. Then our destructor. So we're gonna call our destructor. Will it find it? No, apparently not. So let's do HP. Nope. Okay, it didn't find it, but we got there in the end. If we have, though, we're gonna just call a release function, because we'll need this multiple times. So then we're gonna make a private. Is it private? Let's check the standard, what they do. Is it private, their unique pointer release? I don't want it to. I don't want it to call release. Wait, hold on. It's release. Oh, a release is releasing the ownership of the object. I don't want that. I just want a reset function. Do I want the reset function? Yes. Yes. So there's gonna be a manual reset. And destroy the object. Currently managed. I'm gonna do a void reset. We're gonna make it public, which I don't really like, but we're gonna call reset here. Then we're gonna implement reset. What this is gonna do if we have a pointer, we're gonna delete it. And then we're gonna set mPointer to no pointer. That's that simple. That's all we're gonna do here. That's a reset function, which we'll call on destruction. And I think that's all of it implemented, and we just need the create function to be implemented now. So inside here, we're also gonna do a create unique pointer function. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna return an HP unique pointer with a new T where, yes, I think that's it. No, not new T. We're just gonna do this and then forward the arguments. And this should inline construct it as well. I think so, at least.
I'm not 100% sure this is correct, but the standard does some weird trickery with putting in memory sequentially. So basically you make a unique pointer of that size, which will point to the block in memory, right? So they should be working, I think. Let's see if the make unique is correct. So make unique, construct an object and wraps it in a thing. It's equivalent to doing this, which is exactly what we're doing. Yes, so that's exactly what we want to do. We construct the object and then wrap it in what we want. That's great. Okay, so we got all of that done. And technically we only want to call this one, but we can construct it with the unique pointer, that's fine. We actually want to do this, right? Equivalent of new t, yes, and then forward the arguments. So technically we don't want to ever do this. So we're just gonna do t pointer. No, that makes sense. You can just do this. I think the compiler will optimize it anyway, but we can't be sure of it. So do I leave this here? Yeah, that's fine. But then create will also just do new t of this, which will make sure that it's technically just a wrapped struct, because it will allocate the blocks together, hopefully. Okay, and that's our unique pointer done for the moment. Currently, okay, that's better. So where are we going to use this? Well, we have our application class, our base application I don't think has anything, but we have our application class, and this can basically be a unique pointer. So we're going to make an HP unique pointer of this type in window. Now we're going to include unique pointer, which we did. Do we need window specified? Normally we shouldn't, so let's make sure we don't. And then in here we're gonna do create application, and then create application is gonna do return a unique pointer. This is gonna return a unique pointer. So let's do an HP unique pointer of that class. There we go. And then let's copy this. Apparently not. To this. Do that. Then we're gonna return a unique pointer, which will be HP create unique pointer of a Win32 window. Like so. With these arguments. Done. Unique pointers are simple. I'm gonna regret that statement at some point. Okay. So now we can see we got some issues over here, which makes sense. Delete new window. We don't need to do that anymore. The whole reason I wanted to do that. No pointer in the window. No. Actually, that's fine. Okay, so initialize. We pass. How I want to do management, because basically with game engines you have a lot of ownership management of who owns what data, and a lot of it is handled with unique pointer, shared pointer, and a weak pointer.
at least if you use the standard library. How I think about that is basically everything with a unique pointer owns the data. That's perfectly clear. If you don't have a unique pointer, you're not owning the data. The only time that can be different is when we go very low level into very low level engine stuff. Then we can do some manipulations to make some things like loosely typed, and then we'll use pointers as well and not unique pointers, probably, or do some bit manipulations. So then we do use pointers but not unique pointers. But for this and everything that technically owns the data, unique pointer. If you don't own the data, just a raw pointer. Weak pointers don't exist. Alright, so we have this window pass, so we need to say get. And I want to make sure we get the correct thing. So where's the unique pointer? I don't remember. Oh, here it is. Okay, so we're gonna do a t pointer. Do we do it const? No. And we're gonna say get. Now what this is gonna do is it's gonna return our actual pointer. So technically I think we can just do that. Actually no, let's put it inside here just for consistency's sake. So let's do get in here. No, apparently not. The pointer HB unique pointer. Not you, all of it. Get, there we go. This is just gonna return the raw pointer, just end pointer. Nobody cares about anything here, right? No, nothing. So that's that. The move constructor is very simple, it's just gonna copy it, so it's default move. No deep copy or anything. So that's also working. So then back to our application, the one that was complaining earlier. Where is application? U. So now we need to do mwindow.get. And then we have a lot of these. So we need to overload that operator as well. So we're gonna do that inside our unique pointer. Gonna do an operator this one. And we're gonna have to return the pointer as well. I think that's how it works at least. Yes, and then we're gonna do HB unique pointer the operator return pointer. I think this is very similar to how I did it for the DirectX one, but that will also fix, hopefully, these application ones. Yeah, so it'll just be pointed to this, perfectly fine, right? And that's all I needed to fix here, so let's see if we can just build it now. No. Great, so cannot instantiate abstract class, which is weird. Here, yeah, construction helper. Who initializes it though? Here, no. Oh, it's trying to compile it. Huh. Isn't the whole point? Okay, so it's these. Return. This is not an abstract clause. So I'm compiling this. It doesn't. Oh, hold on. It should be create unique pointer of this type. Huh.
like so. And then inside here it should be new renderer. To window, maybe. Oh boy. Okay, so why is this not working? The create unique pointer definitely the issue, right? I think if we just do return unique pointer like that. Oh boy. Probably will work, although no. Cannot instantiate abstract class. Why we're not instantiating abstract class though? Oh boy. I thought this was gonna be easy. Oh, it's a new T, that's the issue probably. Because we can't do that. Right. I thought this was gonna be an issue. So we need a unique pointer of window, but we're instantiating it with some other pointer. So we're gonna do... Okay, this is not gonna work, so we're gonna do not this. I'll just do T pointer. 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 Keep it simple. T pointer. Pointer. Yoink that. Okay, that one works. Compile. It's getting better. Cannot convert from a unique pointer of that to that. What are you saying? Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay, so this is separate pointer. Doesn't make sense. No, that's correct. Let's just do what create unique pointer now. Maybe that will work. Whew. I made it myself very difficult again. Could have just used the standard library one. Create this and namespace. Build. Please work. Please work. Please work. Ah, close. Okay, so create unique pointer of a type with arguments. New pointer. Oh boy. What did I get myself into? Basically, so we need to make sure that we can convert between the two. We can do a conversion operator, but that's copy constructors and that's all sort of weird stuff, which we don't need because it's basically the same type. Interesting. Didn't I? thought that was how it worked. Make unique. Arguments, size stay. Right. Constructed non-array type arguments are a positive constructor of T. This overload participates in overload resolution only if T is non-array type. Yes. So that's just basically create one from another. At that point, which shouldn't be the case because we already made one. Create this from the argument, so yes, we put that in there, but then this is a separate type. Oh boy. How's the constructor? So constructor of pointer P. It can have a move, default move. Requires the leader is default constructible, and that the construction doesn't throw an exception. The overload participates in overload if only if default construction lead value is true and leader is not a pointer. Interesting. Whew. Specializing for arrays, that's not what we want. But to use to make unique is the unique derived is implicitly convertible to the base through overload 6. Which one is overload 6? Okay. As a blitz to be converted pointer. Oh boy. Oh why this is so complicated. I mean, I'm pretty sure my unique pointer will not be correct 100% of the time. Right? But then we can expand it. The issue here is why is that's fine. So we specify it here. But what we can do is inside this is make it templated anyway. Type name G. And then we're gonna do a requires that, oh, let's call it U. std is base of right, that's how it works. I don't remember correctly, so we do requires. Include type traits, please. There we go. Is base off and then base and derived. So we're gonna do TU. Okay. Okay, and then we're gonna do that. Copy this, paste it here. Pointer of you. Just copy this and put it here. Put that up there as well. And then I messed this up because this should be you. Boom. Remove that. So now that should just be a new T of these arguments, which still should work though. Oh boy, that's a bit annoying. How hard can it be to make a unique pointer? God damn it. Oh, it's also the heat is getting to me as well. Yes, I still know we have issues. That makes sense. That all makes sense. They all make sense. The only issue here is that this doesn't work. So let's actually base application. No, that's not the one I wanted. In this application helper. Well, if we do unique pointer now of this. Pointer of render. This is a new. Okay, so that is working now. I think if we compile this, yeah, almost. But then could not convert this to a... Oh, this can be just empty. I do like them to be there even though they're gray. It's just a little bit of pet peeve here. Okay, so compile that. Yes, okay. So that's all done. Good. So do we just make a... Where's the create... Make unique. Make unique class state arguments. Okay, and then make unique arguments. Make unique arguments. Size state, args. Yes. Pass to the constructor of T. This overall participates in overlooks all of T is non-array type. What for derived classes? Make unique derived class. How does it? It's not gonna specify, is it this? Oh my god. Because it just passes the arguments to the constructor of T. It says. So it's creating a unique pointer here. And it says constructs a unique pointer by transforming ownership to you to this pointer where u is constructed with a specified deleter e. So it's just by implementing the move operator that they can do it. So maybe you should implement the move operator from another unique pointer, which is this one. Yes, but we're only gonna allow it if it's a base class, so let's do that. Poop this. Okay. Inside here, we're gonna also, why are you there? You should be there. And then we're gonna do that as well. Unique pointer of unique pointer. Class E we don't have yet. We're not gonna worry about that yet. U is just another one. There we go. And then we're gonna implement that at the top here, right here. Unique pointer, this one. Which is implicit conversion. Which is just reset? No, not reset. Release? Yes. Oh, we can put the requires on there as well. We can put the same requires from this one on here. And then put that on there as well. There. Let's make more sense than you. Pointer. There we go. The no accept, fine. I'll keep it. Okay, so what do we do here? Well, first of all, we need to construct our second unique pointer. We have our second unique pointer and we need to store it in here. So we're gonna just say m pointer equals pointer to m pointer and pointer equals null pointer. And then we're gonna delete. No. That's it. That's all we need to do. Okay. And then the create, that should still work. And then in here, after all view, we just press C, Z, Z. Hope that works. It probably won't. Of course it doesn't. And it's still this. And what is it saying? Reference, yada yada yada. Being compiled. There's implicit conversion now. It should work. We should have unique pointer, which is implicitly constructed here. This can be implicitly constructed if it's base of. How? Why? I don't get it. Has so much, of course. Okay, so let's see. Unique pointer, that's fine. We can actually do that. It's a little bit cleaner. So if it's the base of, we can construct it with just a normal pointer. Okay, if that's all good, then we can also put that in here, I guess. Oh, let's just make another overload for it. With type name U as well, and let's say U, but let's only do that if it's the base of. U, that's not how you type name. This is how you type name. There we go. And then O, and then like this. Put it in here, and apparently I just, yeah, there we go. Sure, we've done all those. So now if we go back to this one, it should just work by doing it this way. If we do new, oh, we should have just done new here. Oh wait, hold on, hold your horses. Let's comment this out for a second. You as well. Let's build it first. Let's see if this works. Okay, it doesn't. Uncomment this, uncomment this. See if it works now. It should. It definitely should now.
What is this? We create a unique pointer of a Win32. I don't... Huh? This is a rough stream today. Damn. Oh boy. That's not looking great, is it? Oh boy. Why is it not compiling? Let's see. So, it still says it's initializing an abstract class, which it's not. We know for sure it's not. Because we can technically do this. Yoink. Put that in here and then get rid of this. And that should compile. It does. But I don't like that at all. Technically, we should also be able to do this now, actually. Wait, hold on, we should be able to do this. Because it should inherently convert it to the lower one. And then we don't need all of this crap at the bottom. Wait, where's the... Oh, there's that. That is 12. Wrong unique pointer. We don't need this crap now. Compile. Work. Please work. No! Cannot access member, private member. Who? What? Why is it? It doesn't need to be moved. Why can I not move a private member of my own class? Boy. That's the whole point. That's the whole point that we do this. What we could do is call a release function. That makes sense. Okay, let's do a release function. But I wanted to do... which will charge the overship here, and then that we don't need to call. And then we just need a release function. Probably won't be able to make a private one, will I? Let's try first. But I don't think I'll be able to make a private for some reason. So first of all, we need to do pointer is that, then we clear pointer, and then we return pointer. That's all we need to do. And that will still not work because it will still say it's private. Or will it work? Yeah, so this one needs to be public. So then we'll move it up to where it is in the class as well. So I think it's here. There we go. Okay. This should at least be a somewhat functioning implementation of a unique pointer. It's not the best one, not by a long shot. But that's a basic unique pointer done, and whenever we need some more stuff, we can do it. This is so stupid, having to do this. We don't actually need to, but that's, oh boy. This also technically not needed. Okay. Whew. Okay, so we got it all working. And we got, hopefully... Oh, wait, we have a breakpoint. Uh-oh. What does the console tell us? Nothing yet. Wait, no. It's not a valid handle. Okay. Something went wrong. So let's check our threads and variables. Initialize. DirectX 12 window. Handle is unused. Great. So whatever we passed here is invalid. So let's go to initialize. Is this a valid window? Our window points to valid window with a window width and a height, which is not valid. Ha! Interesting. So debug time. Let's see where we get here. So we're gonna go inside this function. Step over it. We're gonna go inside this one. We're gonna go inside this one. So what is this gonna call? Operator new, okay. Let's go outside that function, but inside that one. Okay, so we're gonna create a H instance of a window handle. So let's go out of this function. So currently, do you have any variables? Apparently not. Great. But can we see what gets returned here? Return value. Okay, so we got a pointer of a valid window. But it's invalid here. So why is it invalid? Because the pointer move failed? We can put a breakpoint in the pointer move, I guess. This one. I think we need to pause here. If we don't pause there, something is wrong. Continue. Okay, we get there. So this one should be a valid pointer. It's valid enough. We got that. We got read memory from that, but it's fine. We got a window handle. So release should put it in here. Right. So let's step over. Pointer. It's correct. Okay. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Fine. So then, what do we get here? We get a render window with an invalid pointer. Why is it invalid? Huh? What? Makes no sense. Oh, I need to move it. I see. Yeah, I see where the issue is. This needs to be move. We're destructing it immediately. That's the issue. Do I still have a breakpoint? I do. Okay. Stupid mistake. I made a unique pointer. Returning the address of a local variable. Okay, well then just move it. And now it will probably say, you can't do that, it's copy lesion.
Okay, so unique pointer API. Where's the make unique? What does it return? Just a unique pointer, right? Yes. Return a unique pointer. Okay, so that's all correct. So then this will say copy a lesion. So we don't want copy lesion either. So then what is destroying my object? Let's see. Unique pointer. Let's get into the destructor here. Let's put a breakpoint there as well. To build. So create a window. Yes. Remove it. Now we destroy it, but this one I think has... Oh, wait, I didn't see it. Alright, so that. So we got in here. This should be a no pointer. Yes. Uh-huh. So then what? Return. Yes. Should that be the move? That should probably be the move. But how does it copy it? Does this work? No. Huh. This is getting complicated for no reason, right? This returns a temporary unique pointer, which we save in here. Which is by the move constructor, yes. So it explicitly moves it. It's a default one, which is fine. Oh boy, okay. So then why is this one messed up? This is weird. Okay, so this should give me the return value. It didn't give me the return value, which is great. But what is this? It's a pointer to something invalid, which is weird. Okay, so let's maybe use not the default move, but just delete copy. I don't have that defined yet, so let's add the define. Delete only the copy. And that will just do that's a move constructor, so we remove that one. That's a move constructor, so remove that one. That. Delete copy. And then we make another move constructor. Put one which is just unique pointer of D. Oh, and it needs to return something. Oh, maybe that's the issue. No, this is the constructor, that's fine. And then we also need to move operator, so we need a unique pointer equals that. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put them here. So we need to do unique pointer, this one, and unique pointer, this one, which is just gonna be m pointer equals that, and then pointer, no pointer. And same for you, but return this. Right. There we go. Boop. Okay. At least it compiles. Correct. So let's see, application, we still have the breakpoint in there. What is going wrong? Do we have any suspicion here? So let's go inside this time. No, not inside apparently, I pressed the wrong button. But we do have the correct thing now, so it's the default thing that was just messing everything up. Great, I thought it was just a pointer copy. Why is it not working? Anyway. Works now. Sure. Remove the breakpoint. Continue. Triangle. Done. Oh, that was bad. Oh my god. Let's clean this up a little bit. We need to add some documentation. So we got the first one is destroy current object currently owned. The second one is release. Just revoke ownership to the color. And pass objects to the color. Okay. And then get is just get, that's fine. All of these though. So I got the move. This is all standard stuff. Got those. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Whew, that was horrible. Return this. That's all fine. Reset is also fine. Fine, that's actually true, but no. Let's leave it for now. Release is storing it, putting it no pointer and then returning, which makes sense. Okay, I think that's our unique pointer done for now. Although the next thing I want to do, but I added it to the list, but I think it's gonna be for next week. Because I'm getting tired. It's fine. I'm getting tired. It's fine. Yeah, I'm losing the focus here. Didn't do as much as I wanted to do today, mainly because we got a little bit sidetracked. But we do have a unique pointer now. So we have that. Yeah, my brain is just mush at this point. I'm sweating. I'm way too warm. I'm losing the will to program today. So I will almost call it a day. I just want to go over what we actually did today, and then we're gonna call it a day. So basically what we did is we removed the dependencies from the Windows API and the DirectX 12 API from our application. Only thing that's not done yet now is our render API still has a bunch of those things. So that's what we're going to focus on next. I think that's also in the to-do list for next time. Yeah, that's this whole block. It's cleaning up the render API. Once that's done, we can actually continue working on the engine, on drawing triangles, on drawing more triangles, on doing meshes, doing inputs, all of those cool stuff. But we need to get the basics done correctly. And it has been taking a while, but hopefully next time I'll prepare this. And then hopefully next time we can sweep through it. Well, probably not, but we're gonna try and sweep through it. Only thing left to do first is get rid of the DirectX 12 pointer. That was always like some kind of basic structure for the moment, but now we do have actually a proper unique pointer. So technically what we can do here is add another type name deleter, right? And then we will use that one to delete whatever we want. And then we do a default deleter, which we'll just call delete on the object. Okay, seems correct, right? Seems decent enough. The only issue with that is we're gonna have to do some function forwarding, which will be interesting. Other than that, we got our unique pointer done. Is it probably correct? Probably not. Because what would happen if there's a different memory allocator? What would happen if you have I don't know if it works with virtual destructors. Actually, good point. We might actually want to write a unit test for this, but not now. Not at the moment. I don't want to worry about unit tests at the moment, because that would mean I have to write my own test framework, because I don't want to use a library. If I can, this is basically what I've been doing the whole time. If I can evade using a library, I will. And I'm pretty sure I can write my own test runner. But yeah, so we got all of these. This is the unique pointer we made at the moment. It's a simple one. It does the trick for the moment. I'm not 100% sure it's the most optimized. How big is this struct? Can we see it in... Can we show size? No. Damn it, this is why I miss Visual Studio. Visual Studio would just say, this is how big the struct is. I mean, I guess it depends on how T is, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's actually true. Maybe we'll see it in U. How big is this one? Does it say the size? No, that's unfortunate. Oh well, I think that's how far we're gonna get today. I'm getting tired. My brain is mush. It's way too warm to program with a laptop and a screen in my face, and we don't have airco. Most people in my country don't have airco, so we just don't expect it to be this warm. We got a triangle though. We do have our triangle, our trusty triangle that will be staying with us for so long already, and hopefully next time will be the last time we will see it. And then after that we can work on something else. Oh, I do have a question. Okay, let's answer the question before we round off. So Mosa asks, how do you know what you need to do and how to do it? Well, basically it's a little bit of experience, right? But it's also just a logical thinking process. At this point, I'm just wondering, basically how I start off is I need something to draw to, which is gonna be a window. So I look up window creation, make sure I have a window to draw to. Then after that, I want to draw something to the window, so I implement that part, and so on, and so on, and so on. Now, after the first couple of streams, we had this window already set up, but it was all in one file. So then I'm thinking towards the future, right? Currently, I'm doing everything for Windows, but maybe we want in the future have it work on Linux. So we need to make an architecture that supports this. So best way, easiest way to do that is to just make all the Windows dependent code in a small possible area as we possibly can. So that's what I'm going to be doing. It's just reducing the Windows area as small as possible. Same for DirectX 12. What if we want to use another renderer in the future? We want to make the part that we need to swap out if that ever happens as small as possible. So I've been condensing that, and that's what I've been doing for the last couple of weeks. Now that from experience, because I've been programming for a little bit, I do know some things. So there's a lot of things that come with experience as well. And
And other than that, it's just basically, I need this now, so I'll make it. So the unique pointer, I need this now, I make it. Basically what this unique pointer does is it shows ownership of the data you have. Only one thing can own something at the same time. That's why it's unique. So implement that. That's basically a standard pattern in programming, so it's just my own version of that. And yeah, if I need something, I just make it. And I have some kind of steps laid out for the engine, some broad steps in the future. So basically, what would the next step be? You have a triangle. Next step would be like, hey, I want to make... I know my end goal is making a 3D game. So from this triangle, next thing I want to do is maybe make a 3D shape. Easiest one I can think of is a cube. So that will be the next step, is make the cube. And then I know, like, hey, we have a cube now, but we need to be able to move it and rotate it in space. So I'll set that up so that we can have a spinning cube and a moving cube. And then it would be probably cool to be able to move the cube ourselves. And then we lead into input handling and stuff like that, and so on and so on. So it's basically just a process of saying like, I want this in the game now, I'm gonna add it. But you also need to keep in the back of your head, this is a game engine. This is not the only game that will be made with this engine, hopefully. So I need to make it in a way that's modular, that we can swap out parts as simple as possible. So each part of the code base needs to be as condensed as possible and as independent as possible. And that's basically what we've been trying to do this last couple of weeks, is make everything as independent as possible and have like one process that glues everything together, which is just your game application. That one will decide what to use and when to use it. And that's about it. Hope that answered the question. With that question answered, that's also gonna be the end of the stream. So yeah, got our triangle. Got our plan for the next couple of weeks. It wasn't the best. I was a little bit of low energy today. But oh well. I hope you still enjoyed it. I still, even though there's a bunch of frustration every time. Yeah, thanks for joining the last couple of minutes of the stream. Thanks for all the luck I'll get. I'll take it on to next week's stream. Same time, by the way, if you want to join. And yeah, that's about it. I will try and find the end button. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. And I'll hope to see you next week, where we continue working on this. Where we continue on making the architecture for the game engine. And yeah, that's about it. Where's the button? Oh, this is the button. Okay, there we go. So yeah, goodbye.